Magandang hapon. Magsasagawa po ng press briefing ngayon ang Department of Foreign Affairs sa pangunguna ng tagapagsalita nitong si Assistant Secretary Raul Hernandez. Panoorin po natin ito.
After niyong mag-live, sumunod si Miss Suarez.
Okay.
Oo. Sinunod-sunod kayo ng Jeff.
Tabi ako kahapon sa cellular eh. Oo eh. Mga cellular ba yan?
Ako ito, tinangan ano? Dito may lagay. Okay, sige, sabay.
Oh, Paraway. Paraway, sir. Hindi natin telephone.
Dito na lang sa static.
Ba't nila yung telephone mo?
Nakalive daw.
Game? Yeah. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe first I would read a portion of the Q&A to start with, and then we can have the usual Q&A. The Secretary, in pursuing a peaceful resolution, has been in contact on a daily basis with the Foreign Minister and other officials of Malaysia. The trip to Malaysia is consistent with that effort. During this particular trip, the Secretary continued seeking the exercise of maximum tolerance to avert further loss of lives. The Secretary also followed up on the Philippines' requests for a full briefing on the situation, for clearance for the Philippine Navy ship to proceed to Lahad Datu, and for humanitarian and consular services to be made available to the Filipinos in Lahad Datu. While in Malaysia, the Secretary likewise sought the consideration for women and other civilians not involved in the hostilities to be able to exit the area of the conflict. The Secretary has also specifically tasked by the President to explore avenues to end the standoff that is acceptable to all parties. Thank you.
Sir, the Malaysian government has labeled the Sulong as terrorist. Can you clarify the DFA's position on this? What was actually discussed?
Yeah, as we have already said, according to Ambassador Malaya, who was there, and also to the Secretary, the report was written out of context, and that the Secretary did not, I repeat, did not label the Filipino group as terrorist. The report about the labeling of Filipino group as terrorist came when the Malaysian foreign minister told the Secretary that he received a report from his officials that after the police forces were lured in an ambush and killed, their bodies were brutally mutilated and desecrated. And with the alleged brutal mutilation and desecration of the bodies, both the Foreign Minister and the Secretary agreed that this mutilation, alleged mutilation, which has to be validated, was indeed a terroristic act. So again, the Secretary did not label the Filipino group as terrorists.
Pero sir, the report was quoting the foreign minister. Was it a case of the foreign minister misunderstanding Secretary de los Arts agreement, or the report itself lang yung mali?
Well, while I was talking to the Secretary about this, he said that in his recollection, it was specific that what came to his mind was that both of them agreed that the terroristic acts may have been committed if the information reported to the EFM was accurate. So his recollection was limited to that agreement of the acts of mutilation and desecration as labeled as terroristic acts.
So we're going to clarify this with the Malaysian officials. Is that necessary?
Well, for us, it was clear what the Secretary has said.
Okay.
And maybe the media would like to clarify it with the Foreign Minister.
But is there a need to formally communicate with the Malaysian government given that their understanding is different from the Secretary's understanding?
Well, we would like to let him know that exactly what happened was this, was this, and as far as the Secretary is concerned, there was only agreement on the mutilation and the desecration of the bodies of those personnel as terroristic acts.
Sir, it seems to be the problem there is we're relying so much on getting information from one side. I mean, we don't have our own people on the ground to tell us what's really happening there.
Yeah, we don't have people in the area of conflict because, of course, as understandable, we cannot send people in a place where there are conflict. So for now, what we have, the information that we have gotten is from the Foreign Minister. And that's why this has to be validated.
How do we validate that, sir, if we don't have people on the ground?
Well, later, when all is clear, then we could ask for a full report and see if this could be confirmed by the authorities and also by our people.
Sir, do you have the details on the casualties already?
Yeah, we don't have any information about the casualties if there are in the recent assault in Lahadatu.
But at least, sir, do we have a plan to form a group na pwedeng mag-investigate dun sa incident just so to confirm their report, the report from the Malaysian government?
Yeah, for now, because of the security environment, this cannot happen. And also, such mission, if ever, has to be cleared with the Malaysian side, who has control of the place.
Sir, yung isang missing letter ng mga kiram, ilan po yung nasa DFA?
We have one missing letter which has been found with us, and the Secretary of Foreign Affairs has already said that he takes full responsibility for the oversight.
Sir, can you narrate how it was discovered?
Well, I don't exactly know how it was discovered, but the report that reached the Secretary is that the letter is with us, and therefore, because of the principle of command responsibility, the Secretary said that this buck stops with me. And I take full responsibility, and I will convey to the Kiram family my deepest apologies.
Sir, ano po yung laman ng Secretary that time?
Yes, sir.
Yes, even then, because now that it has been found, and being the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, he takes full responsibility on this issue.
Sa OSEC, sir, pinadala yung letter, and what office of the DFA was it sent to?
For now, I don't have the details to which office it was sent. You know, usually what happens is that letters are sent to our how do you call that, postal office here, and that is coursed through the different offices in the DFA. The letter is with us here in the DFA.
Sir, has he communicated with his predecessor to know kung bakit po hindi napansin yung letter before?
No, we have not communicated with his predecessor, and there's no need to communicate with him. As the secretary said, the buck stops with me, and he takes full responsibility for the oversight.
Do you plan to respond to the letter?
The secretary will be writing to Sultan Jamalul Kiram and or to the sender of the letter, who is Raja Muda Bimuddin, and this letter will be sent through Sultan Jamalul Kiram, conveying his deepest apology. It's really about the Sabah claim issue.
Sir, sa mga panas daw po pinareceive ni Ms. Pati Makiram yung tatlong letter, bakit daw po sa DFA na
I don't have the details of this.
Do you know, sir, the dates and how many letters were you able to receive?
We have one letter.
Just one letter?
Just one letter.
Sir, when do you plan to respond to the letter?
We are now drafting our letter.
Sir, just a matter of correction. Is this the same letter sent to OPAP? Because the President has already declared that there's a missing letter. That one sent to OPAP. Is this the same letter?
I think, yeah, this is the letter that was sent to OPAP and then sent to the DFA.
So, anong date ng letter?
I don't have the specific date of this letter.
Your apologies will be through a letter na lang to the kids, hindi personal, sir.
Yeah, a letter will be sent to Raja Muda through Sultan Jamalul Kiram.
So this would be a letter of apology and a letter responding to the content?
Well, as far as the content is concerned, you know, because it talks about the Sabah claim and the issues connected with it, this is still under study.
Sir, why apologize? Why apologize? Bakit? Di ba,
Well,
sir,
for the
nakita
oversight.
yung letter, sir, sa President?
Well, the Secretary thought it appropriate to apologize because of the oversight. And we were not able to immediately to respond to the letter, meaning we were not able to acknowledge the receipt of the letter.
Sir, kailan na nakita yung letter na yun? Kailan?
Just a few weeks ago. Yeah. Maybe, I think, last week. Yeah.
Sir, the one you're drafting is the apology, not the response, diba?
Well, the acknowledgement of the letter and the apology.
Okay. It's going to be one letter.
Yes.
Sir, yan ang po ba yung naka-address kay President Aquino? Kasi meron pong April 13, 2000 na yung naka-address kay GMA, ex-President GMA.
I think it was addressed to the present administration.
Ang inyo pong napanood ay ang press conference ng Department of Foreign Affairs. Ayon kay DFA spokesman Assistant Secretary Raul Hernandez, hindi raw totoong binansagang terorista ni Foreign Affairs Secretary Albert Del Rosario ang mga tauhan ng Sultanato ng Sulu sa Sabah. Taliwas daw ito sa ibinalita ng isang pahayagan sa Malaysia na sinabi ito mismo umano ng Malaysian Foreign Minister na nakapulong ni Del Rosario. Posibleng naisulat lang umano sa maling konteksto ang report. Kaya naman pinapayuhan ng DFA ang media na linawin mismo sa Malaysian Foreign Minister ang naturang report. Samantala, sinabi ni Hernandez na natagpuan ang isa sa mga sulat ng mga kiram para sana kay Pangulong Aquino. Tinatanggap daw ng DFA Secretary ang responsibilidad sa pagkawala ng sulat at humihingi siya ng paumanhin sa pamilya Kiram. Ang laman daw ng sulat ay tungkol pa rin sa pag-angkin sa teritoryo ng Sabah.